Hello, beautiful people. So I recently learned how to make this beautiful Cuban dish. I think it's Cuban, but it's called Papas Rellenas. And I wanted to put my spin on it and make it vegan. So if you're interested, keep watching. Here's the ingredient list if you want a screenshot. I started out by microwaving my potatoes. This is my way of like baking or boil them. And while that's going, I chopped my vegetables. It's jalapeno, shallots, a white onion, lots of garlic. I'm later going to put some cilantro in there, and I think that's it for the spices. But yeah, I just have those sauteing, and once they kind of like fried down a little bit, I added some sazon, some tomato paste, and kind of let all those flavors come together. And then I went in and added my chorizo crumbles. You may not be able to find these in the regular veggie crumbles you may do, but if you can find this, I just used it for more flavor. But I also added some Morningstar veggie sausages, some cilantro and olives, and this is what it all comes to. And also some black beans I added in there. I also did a separate pot of black beans using those same ingredients. So back to my potatoes. I added 1 cup of just egg and a tablespoon of cornstarch to my potatoes, and I mashed them and added some chives and garlic powder and salt. And this is so that even my potato layer has flavor. And now I'm just showing you the type of breadcrumbs that I used, and this is me about to assemble everything. It's super easy and fun to make, but here I am. I scoop up a couple tablespoons of the potatoes and start just making it into a dome shape, kind of like a little cup in my palm, in the palms of my hands. And then here I am kind of mashing it to make that little cup shape or bowl shape, however you want to look at it. But that's for my meat to fit in. And I go in and add maybe a couple tablespoons. You can kind of eyeball this as you want. You don't want to overstuff it to where you can't like close in that little hole. This is what that looks like. And I just start kind of like closing it in. And there's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. If you need to add more or take some of that meat out, you know, do what you got to do. But you see me here, I'm adding some to just as a top, as a little hat for it, and just smushing it down. The great thing about potatoes is that they don't get sticky like dough would. So this was really fun to make because it's super malleable and you don't feel like your hands are just a complete mess, because the potatoes are just so nice and smooth and they don't stick to your hands. So this is what it looks like, a nice cute ball. And now I'm throwing that into my just egg wash, which is just egg poured into a bowl. And making sure I cover that because that's going to help my breadcrumbs stick. So I'm just covering that completely, and then I get my breadcrumbs on top of it as well. So you have a whole little station here, and this is what it turns out looking like before I get it into my oil. So now it's in the oil, and the oil was pretty hot. You want your oil to be hot. You don't want to keep them in for more than maybe a few minutes on each side, and it comes out beautifully. I so enjoyed this, guys. You have to try this. It's such a flavorful dish that's fun to make and fun to eat, and I think your whole family will love it. Let me know if you try this. This is just a shot with the black beans on the side. I also added some Kite Hill vegan sour cream, but I didn't get that in the shots. But it came out so beautifully. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to keep in touch.